Happy Friday, friends. Hello, hello. Jump on, say hi. It's snowing here. It's dark here. So I thought I'm just going to get on. We're going to talk all things mature under eyes today. So if you are new to my page, hello there. If you're new to my page, my name is Lauren. I'm 42. I will be 43 in a week. So can I just claim I'm 43 at this point because I'm trying to accept it? So hello, you guys. We are going to be doing, like I said, all things under eyes because it's probably the #1 question I get asked in my DMs. And so I'm just going to address it. So you're going to want to save this video when I post it because it is going to be something you can come back to over and over. Yes, Friday, let's go. Oh, you're so sweet. Hello, guys. My daughter's name is Ashlyn. Yes, she's at school right now. So we're doing a little live. I just had my son come home from school. He got his braces off. And he's 16, and so finally getting his braces off. It's a big day around here with that. So, okay, so I just went live in my beauty group. If you are not in my beauty group, you're using the makeup or you want to know more about it, I'll make sure that when I post this video that I put my beauty group handle over there and you can go check it out. It's a private group. I go live over there all the time, and I just show you kind of different things about the makeup. And it's just a good way to ask a lot of questions in there. So I just did a full face of makeup over there using, oh my goodness, I just left it, my one compact makeup. If you're not familiar with what that is, you can go to my page, check it out. I do free color matches. I help you find the right shades for you. So go check that out because my full face is already done with all of that. I am going to be doing just under eyes today. So I have a palette. And how tall? She is 5'9". Thank you about my nails. They're a fun color, right? This is my Demi palette. Okay, so we're gonna be talking all things under eyes. We're gonna deal with the issues, and I'm gonna start with saying, actually, let me put on here first. I'm gonna see if I can pin a comment. If you text the word makeup to my number, you will then get a response from a Lauren bot that sends you my free color match form. And if you fill that out, you get my help in picking all the shade recommendations. Okay. Guys, I swear someday I'm gonna learn how to do all this. Okay, I'm gonna post that, and then I should be able to pin that. Pin, okay. There we go. If you're replaying this, you can comment match, okay? All right, I'm missing lots of questions. I'm so sorry. My daughter uses for skincare. Okay, let's talk my daughter because you guys have a lot of questions about her. Ashlyn is 14. She'll be 15 at the end of this month. She uses a couple of different things. They're all pinned on my Amazon storefront, which is in my profile link, but she uses a lot of La Roche-Posay products. She really likes them. Colleen Rothschild is also another one that she uses a lot, but I really recommend knowing your skin type, and if you have any questions, you can always jump into my DMs, and I would love to help you with that, okay? So let's go to mature under eyes, okay? And this actually could be for anyone. So if you genetically have darker under eyes, this could be for you. If you have puffier under eyes, this could be for you too. So don't limit yourself by the age range. I'm just saying that because I'm in my 40s, okay? So I'm gonna start by saying I don't have a lot of under eye discoloration. I know I don't, but I'm also a teacher, so I know that as a teacher, we taught a lot of things back in the day that maybe I didn't have a lot of experience with or I hadn't directly experienced, but the technique works. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna teach you the techniques of how you can color correct your under eyes, and then you can go and try them. And I swear to you, they're gonna work, and you're gonna go and you're gonna be like, wow, this is awesome, okay? So know that no matter even if I don't have 100% the issue, this will work for you. You just have to use the techniques that I'm showing, okay? And if you have any questions, hopefully I'm not missing anything. If you have any questions as I'm talking, just drop them down. Okay, we're actually gonna talk about skincare for under eyes and makeup because it's really important, okay? So let's talk about the prep of your under eyes. So before I put anything on my under eyes, and I recommend this as well, I always use a serum. So this is the one I use. This is Colleen Rothschild. You can use anything that works for you. I am very dry, so a serum, putting it under my eyes is really, really important because what that's gonna do is it's going to hydrate the eye. You're not gonna go in with any product and just plaster it with makeup and then have it be very cakey. If you have really cakey or creasing under eyes, this can sometimes just eliminate a lot of that. let alone the products you're using. So this is a retinol serum. I use this every day before I go in with my under eyes. Now, if you have really dark under eyes, or like, I mean, I have some. I didn't sleep well last night, so it's a little more than normal. It's not horrible. I like this Colleen Rothschild. This is their tinted illuminating eye cream. This is always sold out. So if you can find this on the website, like, grab it because it's awesome. It's a color correcting eye cream. So if you do have discoloration, this is a great one to look for, but you can really find anything that has a color corrector in it as an eye serum as well, okay? First things first, that is what you want to be doing before you go in with any type of product under the eyes, okay? Next, if you have puffy eyes, using a under eye mask is going to be really great. The 24 karat gold under eye masks are my favorite. So if you have puffy eyes, you get under eye bags really easy. Go in with that before you go in with makeup. It's gonna hydrate the eyes and it's gonna kind of take the puffiness away. An ice roller is good for that too. So those are the things you want to be doing. That prep is really important. I always say your makeup is only as good as your skincare. So if you're not really using the right products for your skin, you might not love how your makeup's laying. So those are some just little hints to do before we go in with makeup. Okay, so let's talk discoloration under the eye. So this eye right here is going to be the one that I am going to show you for discoloration, and then we're going to talk about under eye bags over here, okay? This one tends to be a little bit more, I don't know, harder for me to deal with. I feel like the under eye bag might work better over here doing. Now, I personally use all cream-based makeup. So like I said, I'm gonna be 43 next month, or next week, oh my goodness. I will be 43 next week. And I love cream-based makeup. That's all I use, honestly. Powder, I feel like as I age, just sits in fine lines and wrinkles. It just is not, it just doesn't look as good on me. I feel like it creases, things like that. Liquid is the same way for me. So I love cream-based makeup. So I use a cream-based color corrector. So these are Demi color correctors. They're from Seint. Like I said, I can do a color match for you, and I can pick the right color correctors for the areas of your concern. So if you have melasma, if you have dark circles, whatever it may be, that's what I can help you with a color match to do. So you can either text the number that I pinned, or you can go when I post this on my page, you can comment match and I'll send you my color match form, okay? So we're gonna be working with these crazy colors right here, and I'm gonna show you how it works. Okay. The number one thing that happens as we age is we don't adjust our makeup. What was the foundation? So it's Seint. Everything I use is from Seint. I didn't grab my palette, but they look like this. So this is like this is what I use on like a lot of my clients. So these are like little tins. They're all foundation shades and they're customized to you, and they fit in a tiny compact. So basically the size of my hand. So anywhere you go, all your makeup is in one compact. It's really fabulous. And I wish I would have grabbed it, but I got sidetracked when my son came home from school, so I left it in my bathroom. But if you go to my page, you'll see them everywhere. I talk about the makeup all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna actually grab a little concealer. So what happens as we age is we don't really adjust our makeup. And when we don't adjust our makeup, we're still doing our makeup like we used to in our 20s, which is totally fine. But what you may notice is you might notice that you're getting more creasing because you have more fine lines and wrinkles under the eye, or you may notice it's too heavy. And doing the same thing when we were 20s or 30s, it doesn't seem to work as well as it used to. Is there a makeup oil to mix with the product? No, you don't need a makeup oil to mix with the product at all. It's so creamy, it just kind of melts into the skin. In fact, leaving it on your skin while you apply it, it just warms the skin, and it kind of just creates like a skin-like look. That's what I love about it, because it moves with your skin. It's not matte at all. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing comments, and I'm so sorry if I am. Okay, let's talk about what we used to do. Okay, so what we might have used to do, and I know I'm guilty of it, is I would take a bright colored concealer. So, I don't even have one here. I have one back in my bathroom. Let's say this is my old concealer, okay? Came in like a liquid form. What I would do is it was very bright, and I would plaster that all under my eyes, and then I would go in with a brush and I would try to get all my discoloration to be hidden. But what happens is light is going to bring everything forward. So if you're putting a bright color on your face and you're more mature, you're gonna show all fine lines and wrinkles. It's just what happens. Light is gonna bring anything you don't wanna see forward. So you gotta be strategic when you're placing a bright color on the face. It's also not gonna cover any of this purpley blue areas on my face because it's not meant to. So what we wanna do, instead of going and doing what we did in our 20s, we wanna go in and we wanna color correct that shadow of a color first and then brighten strategically in certain areas, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So depending on what your under eye color is, discoloration is, everyone is different, and that's what I can help you with. You're going to have a color corrector. And a lot of times people have more than one color corrector because it's just like your face. You have different colors under the eyes. A lot of people have blue, purple tones here, and then as we go out here, you have a little bit more red, browns, greens. So using at least 1 or 2 color correctors usually do the job. Okay. So I'm gonna grab a brush, and the other thing that's really important is using a tool that's small under the eye and not, we're gonna get to bags. I promise we're gonna get to bags because that's a hard one too. Using a tool that's small, okay? If I went in with a color corrector and I just plastered that all under my eye, it's gonna not do what I want it to do. I only want to put the color corrector in the area that I have discoloration. So that means not using a lot of product. And especially if you have fine lines and wrinkles or you're developing fine lines and wrinkles, if you don't put a lot of product under the under eye and you're strategically placing the color, you're going to get a more natural looking under eye and you're not going to have the cakiness, the creasing, all of the things, okay? So when I look at my under eye right here, I have a lot of blue tone and a lot of people have it coming right up into this area, okay? So we're gonna work right here first, and I'm gonna use a color called Y01. So it looks like this because I have that purpley kind of violet color. I'm gonna go into a color opposite of the color wheel. So when we think of a color corrector, think of a color wheel. So if you have a purpley blue tone, opposite of that is going to be a yellow undertone, right? But I'm not so purple that I need a bright yellow. So I'm gonna go in with something kind of in between, tiny bit on the brush, and I'm only going to place that on that discoloration. And as I'm doing that, you can probably see that I'm starting to get rid of it with hardly any product. See how that's starting to mute it? So that's the key, is muting the shadow before we go into brighten. And I'm just following along. I have very deep tear troughs, so that to me is a problem area. So I'm following along in the shadowy area where I have discoloration. I'm not plastering it all over, okay? As I get down here, I have a little bit more of blue tones, green tones. So I'm gonna go in with an 01 color, which is this color. It's a little more orange. And I'm gonna tap that right here. And just kind of follow along into that shadow. A lot of people hold some color here. You can put it anywhere that you have the discoloration. And then I'm just gonna tap it out. And I'm working in small sections. I'm not gonna just go and just big section be done, because I really wanna make sure I'm getting right into that area. And even right here, see how I have a little bit of brown there? It literally just makes everything look less noticeable. Hopefully I'm getting close enough you guys can see this. And while I'm putting this color corrector on, I'm brightening the under eye too. So here's one eye, here's one that I've just put a tiny bit of color corrector on. Not much product at all, okay? Nothing's creasing, nothing's caking. I'm only putting a small amount on. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I had to block someone who's being a jerk. Okay. I always never understand why people jump onto lives and just like do the rudest things. Oh, you're so welcome. Okay. Okay, see how I'm doing, see how it's just like I'm working slowly into that area, okay? Look how much like more that is already like looking more awake, okay? Now, once I do that, and you can go in, like if you have discoloration here, you can come in and kind of feather it out wherever you need to be, and then you're gonna take your concealer, okay? Here's another tip for you. If you want to brighten the under eye, picking a concealer that has a pink undertone to it is going to brighten and make it look really wide awake. So I have a couple of options for you, okay? So Seint has a couple. Palace is one that I really like. This one's really pretty. So if you use Seint, you want to put something into your palette. Palace is great. Or if you aren't able to get Seint, this one's great too. It's on Amazon. It's a Catrice Under Eye Brightener, and it's a cream, but you can see the tone of it. It's more of a, kind of like a rose pink undertone, and that's gonna brighten as well. So I'm gonna actually though go in with my normal concealer just to show you, okay? So you can use what you have. This is just a normal color concealer I use, and I'm gonna just lightly place a little bit. I'm gonna use my finger actually. I'm gonna place a little bit right here on the inner corner after I've color corrected, and then I'm gonna put it right on the outer corner. If you have a little bit of, concern here, you can put it right there. But that's the most product I'm gonna use. That is not much product at all. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my finger. And the reason I'm gonna use my finger is because with creams, it's gonna melt into the skin a little bit easier. So I'm gonna take it down the side of my nose. And I'm gonna start on the inner corner, working it up to the eyebrow, because this area right here where my finger is where people forget to brighten. And if you brighten that area, it's gonna make you look more awake. And that's the goal, right? We wanna look more awake, even though we may not be getting a lot of sleep. Okay, and then I'm just working it. So I'm bringing the color under the eye. One of the biggest questions I get is like, well, if you're putting it on the inner and outer corner, can I bring it under the eye? And yes, you can bring it under the eye, but you're not putting the majority of the product under the eye. And the reason for that is most of us carry fine lines and wrinkles right there. And so if you're carrying a lot of fine lines and wrinkles right there and you're putting a lot of concealer there, you're gonna get creasing. We don't want creasing. So that's why you're gonna kind of bring it inward. Now you can use a brush and do the exact same thing. So I'm just brightening. See how that just like, look, I'm more awake. Just like that. Now, if I go back in, sometimes for me, I like to go back in. So after I brightened, I'm like, I think I can correct that just a little bit more. So you can do that. Sorry, I'm missing all your comments. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me go back. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I thought I blocked that guy. Can you color match and send to the UK? So unfortunately, Seint is only in the US and Canada currently, but they are planning to go overseas this year. So stay tuned. Keep following me because I will be announcing that as soon as that happens. So once that happens, I can color match and get you Seint in your hands because you're gonna want it. It's amazing. Okay, sorry, I'm just going back in with a little bit more color corrector, just kind of fix. What cleanser do I use? I use all Colleen Rothschild products. I love her stuff. It is my favorite. It's a cream cleanser. I'm very dry, so I don't use any type of soap type things, and that has helped my skin a ton. Hi from Northern Ireland. Hello. Okay. No, this does not clog skin whatsoever. It has very minimal ingredients. And so you're not having a lot. It's very clean, which I love. Okay, can you guys see, like, look how much more awake I look than this side. Just by color correcting, okay? So this is color correcting dark circles on this side, and then we're gonna talk about bags on this side. So if you have discoloration, you're gonna find a color corrector opposite on the color wheel. I can help you if you wanna try Demi. Just reach out to me, comment, match when I put this on my page, or you can text the word makeup, fill out my color match form, I can help you. But you're gonna fix the discoloration with a color opposite of the color wheel, and then you're gonna go in with your concealer and you're gonna brighten only strategically. And that's gonna give you more of that open eye, okay? Now let's talk bags, okay? Because I know a lot of you struggle with that. I will list all the ingredients in my post, I promise I will. Okay, let's talk under eye bags, okay? Okay, this one is hard for a lot of people, and this is one of my favorite tricks. So I'm gonna just grab some, you're gonna need your main foundation color, okay? So whatever you use as a normal foundation color, and then you're gonna need a concealer color, and you're gonna need a color corrector. So whatever you choose to use, I'm gonna use Seint on this side as well. This is my Demi again, okay? first things first, we're gonna go in and correct any under eye discoloration. Now on this side, I have a lot of redness, but if I had a bag, it would be right here, okay? Stay with me because I know I don't have a lot of bag. I don't have a big bag area. I don't have a lot of inflammation, okay? But if I did, we're gonna pretend I did right here, okay? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna color correct. So I'm gonna go in with a color called 03. I'm gonna start right here at the bottom of where I have discoloration and work upwards. Okay, so I'm just gonna start by getting rid of the shadow, like this, and into the inner corner. Okay, hopefully I'm not missing anything. Sorry if I am. I'm so bad about checking comments. Okay, well I do this because I'm like trying to concentrate. Okay, so once I've got that discoloration gone, now when you have a bag, the biggest thing with a bag is the bag is puffiest here, right? So what's happening is that bag is pushing forward. We want to recede the bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a darker color right here, and we want to push the rest of this part underneath the bag forward. So it's an optical illusion. Makeup is all an optical illusion. It's playing with dark and light colors, okay? So what we're going to do after you color correct and you go in with that and fix any discoloration, which I'm going to do really fast. I'm trying to do that fast so I can show you. Then we're going to work on what we would do if we had a bag, okay? Okay, so discoloration's decent. We'll just kind of move on because I don't want to like bore you to death, but I also know a lot of you guys are struggling with this. Okay, so then what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your main foundation shade. This is your foundation color that you normally use that matches your skin the best, and you're going to, if this was my bag right here, you're gonna draw a line like that with your main foundation. Your main foundation is going to be dark. It's going to push back the bag, okay? We're trying to get rid of the bag without putting a ton of product on the bag. Then you're going to go in with a brightener or a concealer, and I'm going to use this color called Palace. It has a pink undertone, so it's going to help really brighten. And where the bag is, under the eye, you're going to go on the other part of it. So where my tear trough is, which is a great way to say it because I do have good tear troughs, you're gonna go right on the underside of that, okay? So basically, dark on the bag, light around the bag, like that, okay? It's gonna look funny, it'll come together. And when you try this on yourself, message me and let me know how it goes, because it really does work. Okay, so now I'm going to then start, and I'm using a small brush. Do you see how small this brush is? I love this brush. This is a spot brush from Seint, but you can also use, BK Beauty has a great one. That's a concealer brush I love. But just something small and very light under the under eye so you're not putting more product underneath. I'm starting by pushing back the bag with my dark color. Not much was under there, right? It was just a little bit of a line. And then I'm gonna go in and brighten underneath. Essentially, brightening that area to push that bag back and brighten where it hollows on the other side. Hopefully that makes sense. Push back, brighten where you want to push forward, okay? So that's how you would conceal a bag. So dark, anywhere that there is puffy, you want to first, remember, you want to use your under eye, you know, your eye rollers, you want to use your under eye mask first because it's going to get rid of some inflammation. Then you're going to put, hi Linda, then you're going to put your dark on the bag and then around the bag, so where there's the puffiness, and then underneath is where you're going to brighten, and that's going to push forward, the bag's going to recede. Give it a try, I promise. It is amazing, it works so well. So, okay, I hope that kind of helped. I know it's hard to like talk about all the different under eye issues that we have as we're aging, but my biggest piece of advice is to just like embrace what you're working with. Don't nitpick yourself. I know it's hard. We look in the mirror and we're just like, things are changing all the time. I understand that. I do it to myself, but there are so many tricks that you can use. If you have bags, it's gonna be puffy under the eyes. If you have hollows, you're gonna be like me. You're gonna have more of like a tear trough that's really prominent. As we age, we lose that fat pad, and so the tear troughs are gonna be more prominent. So that's how you'll know. If it's very puffy under the eye, you'll have that under eye bag. What is the crease color on the eyes? I have crimson on my eyes. It's a shade of the month from Seint. It's only available for January. It's really, really pretty. One of my favorites. If you got the advent calendar, it's actually in there. So I just put it with some Bubba and Foxy on my eyes today. The eye serum I mentioned, this one is the one I use. It's a retinol and it's from Colleen Rothschild. But if you wanted a tinted one and you have a lot of discoloration, this is my absolute favorite. It's Illuminating Under Eye Tint. It's literally sold out all the time, so you have to go to her website and just double check. If you go to my link in my bio, I do have a code where you can get a discount on these products. These are the only products I use for my skincare now. It has changed my skin. Her products are so good if you have mature skin especially. Let's see. And you can message me. I use all of her products, so I've probably tried any of them at one time or another. All right. Okay, I think I answered everybody's questions. If I missed them, I'm so sorry, but I hope you guys have the best weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully this helped. Make sure to save this video, and if you do want to get a color match, you want to get all your makeup in one compact like I do, then all you have to do is comment match when I post this, or text the word makeup to the number I have right there. And I would love, love, love to help you. You do get personal access to me too if you do decide to try the makeup. I do personal FaceTimes as well and help you with application, because I want you to love your makeup. I've been there, I know what it's like. So, all right, you guys, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.